Let's talk about how to use the Learner Workbook to navigate the Ready to Learn learning lessons. Now, first of all, in the print version, you can always tell what resource you're in by looking right here in this lower left-hand corner. Now, remember that this is humanistic curriculum and that the humanistic approach, impacts both the design of those resources and the delivery of those resources. A humanistic experience is about the learner experience. So let's look at how a learner workbook helps an educator and a student navigate those experiences. First, know this: there is one learner workbook for every unit. That means that there's one learner workbook for both lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of those are going to be in one resource. Now, your lessons are divided into sprints, and as you navigate that learner experience, learners will use the learner workbook to navigate their learning. Now, there isn't necessarily a learner workbook page for every sprint in a lesson. It just depends on what the sprint is about. So don't expect there to be a learner workbook page for every sprint. Now, let's look at how you know to use a learner workbook in the slide deck. In the slide deck, you'll know that we're referring to the learner workbook when you see this symbol right here or you see this cue right here. The learner workbook is also referenced in the instructor guide right up here in this top corner. It will tell you what pages the learner workbook refers to in that particular sprint. Now, it's important to note that the learner workbook is about an experience, which means it's not a worksheet education. You can't just hand out the learner workbook pages and the learners work on the task and then turn it in. That's not how a humanistic learning experience works. A humanistic learning experience requires facilitation from the educator. And so many of your worksheets can't be completed without a little bit of facilitation from the educator. That's really important because it can be frustrating to look at the resources, hand them out, and then expect that the learner is going to be able to complete them without some of that instructor facilitation and guidance. Now, that's a beginning point to get you started on the learner resources.